we will start with speakers. So we will have speakers like Peter, Arlene, Anne, Helen, Trisha, Sue, Sky, Annie, Rita, and Ray. All the feedback givers are presented online, so please look online if you are responsible for the feedback. And after their speech, we will look at page 152, 152页的 Unit 9, Joy Sum. Last time, by mistake, I didn't present the PowerPoint. I didn't present the TED clip. I only, so students only heard about the CD, but they didn't see the screen. So today we will show all the TED. And so now I would like to invite Peter and Bella. Would you please turn on your camera and video and your camera and microphone? Bella will give feedback. So Bella, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Please turn on your camera too. Okay, let's go. Hi, Peter. How are you today?
Fine, and you?
Very good. Peter, I cannot see you now. What happened? Oh, okay. See you again. Great. So, Peter, what would you like to talk about today?
I want to share some travel experience.
Oh my God. Peter, my suggestion is that we often say I would like to instead of I want to. So what would you like to talk about? You would like to talk about troubles? Oh, okay.
Travel experience?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hold on.
Let's start.
Yeah, I open my file.
每一个要 present 的同学呢，都可以把你想要的照片先开好，然后 present 的时候就可以 share。
Hi everyone. Today I would like to share my travel experience. In 28.
Excuse me, Peter. Would you like to share some photos or not?
Yes, but I'm not sure.
哦，就是那个最后下面那边。Oh, I see your photo.
Okay.
Okay. It's Finland.
No, it's Poland.
Oh, it's Poland. Oh, okay. You've been to Poland.
Yeah. In 2018, I went to Poland to visit my wife. So this is my first time to Europe by myself. So I started to plan my trip. Was nervous. First, I want.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. So your wife is Polish?
No.
Okay.
She's Taiwanese and she went there, travel around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
First, I want to save money, so I transfer 3 times flight.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's terrible. Taiwan to Hong Kong and Hong Kong to Zurich, and Zurich to Poland. And especially Zurich to Poland, I just only 1 hour to transfer. I afraid of I can take a plane on time. So when I arrived Zurich, I started running to customs and the boarding gate. On this part, I want to share some information here. Taiwanese passport allowed to enter Schengen area without visa, but we have to consider transfer time because you must pass custom check in your first arrive Schengen country. Yeah, because this part, after I arrived Poland, I didn't pass any custom check. Then I just take my baggage and go. So this is what I think. So finally, I arrived Poland. Poland is a beauty country. It's a different culture, food, and architecture to Taiwan. And also, Poland have a Chopin. Chopin. Chopin is a famous musician. It's Xiaobang, born in Warsaw, capital of Poland. Also, they have some benches in Warsaw that can play Chopin's music by pressing button. Yeah, and there is a Nazi camp at the second big city in Poland. It's a famous attraction, also a history tragedy. Approximately 11 million people were killed in this camp. Which tragedy do not happen again. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Peter. Bella, would you please give feedback?
Is a good travel experience, and I have been to Europe 2 times. I very like Europe, but I never been to Poland before. So I want to ask, Poland's food is cheap there, or
I think
because I
much same price level with Taiwan. I think almost the same. Not much.
the same. It's cheap, so it's cheap in
Yeah.
Europe, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, thank you, Peter. I have some questions. So, how long did your wife travel to Poland?
She in her travel time, she stay here. I think she stay almost 3 months.
3 months. Wow.
Yeah, then she go
alone.
Yeah, then she go along and she go some European country. 波罗的海三小国，我不知道英文怎么讲。然后好像还有去芬兰，还有一些挪威什么的。
Finland too.
Yeah.
Because the building in Poland is so similar to Finland. 所以波兰跟芬兰的建筑物很像。That's why I say it's Finland. I've been in Finland for 2 months too. So that's very similar. However, thanks for Bella's question. Actually, living in Poland is very similar to Taiwan. Yes, so their salary and their living expenses are very similar to Taiwan. However, in Finland, it's like a triple. The salary might maybe double or triple, but the living expense are almost the same, to double or triple. And if you go to supermarket, and one corn 玉米 is about like 40 NT dollars. So everything is so expensive. However, one thing is not expensive in Finland. That is caviar, 鱼子酱. Because Finland got a lot of fish, so caviar is cheaper, and also the salmon is cheaper too. 就是熏的鲑鱼. So I sometimes boil a whole fish with my friend's family. When I stay in Finland, I actually stay in Finland with my friend's family, and my friends is from Poland. So that's why I understand these two countries. That is very interesting experience too. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Bella. Thank you. And next one is Aline and Ben. Please give feedback. Ben, can you come back? Ben, I don't know you are here or not. Aline, are you here? Oh, I think I cannot see Aline here. So we'll pass. We'll come back later. So Anne, would you please come up? And Max, please give feedback. Hello, Anne. I cannot hear Ian.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Hey, Anne, how are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
Very good, thank you. And Anne, would you please keep a little bit distance? 稍微远一点, because I only see your eyes. Okay, much
Okay.
better. And how are you, Max?
It's a busy day because a lot of the meeting need to discuss with our college
Oh, so did you have meeting at home or at the office?
at the office.
Oh, so you guys work in the office?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't work at home. That's why I see you wear white shirt.
Yeah.
That's very formal. Thank you. So,
Okay.
Anne, go ahead.
Excuse me，那个手机怎么用？
手机，哎，那个伟伟，你知道手机怎么用？谁知道怎么教他？什么意思？手机怎么用
手
是什么意思？
机怎么样了？
哦，他要用照片的意思吗？
对。
有人知道手机怎么用照片吗？
啊，等我。
还是你分享到赖群组？
哦，对，你可以分享到赖群组。
然后我看一下这样能不能用。等我一下。
手机，
这样有吗？
有 ，very beautiful. Oh my god. Okay. Hi, Anne, please go ahead. Ah, so cute.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today I'm going to share a photo with you. This is Taiwanese first birthday catch. It was my daughter's 1-year-old birthday.
Oh.
It was also our first family photo. Let's talk about 1-year-old catch. It's a tradition in Taiwan. We will put many things like pen, brush, coin, and book in front of the children and make sure free to take. When they are little kids, where they are going to go is kind fun to see if it actually turns out the way. There are many kind of 1-year-old catch. We choose Japanese in Taichung. You know the kid is uncomfortable, so she does it. It was a strange plan for her. She took anything she saw and she grew anywhere. She caught me off guard. The first thing she got a 金元宝 and a chicken leg. Maybe she likes shiny things. As for the chicken leg, no one tell her is could eat, but she just took and bite it. However, she had a take. Finally, she took a book and a growth and a brush. Book means knowledge. Growth means dot or nurse. Brush means writer. I think it's really interesting. They all response. Every in 这个怎么念 ？INTM 我不知道这怎么念。
Inch.
Yes.
In.
Represent something else. It's pretty interesting that they do that. The photographer is skillful. She's full of passion to take all those cute picture. It was kind of fun, different thing and nice experience for us. I will recommend you all to do that once because the children only have a 1-year-old catch for whole life. Don't miss it. Thank you.
Yes. Don't miss it. You're right. So that's a photographer.
Thank you.
Photographer.
Photographer.
Thank you. That's very beautiful photo. And so peaceful and full of happiness. Very professional, I would say that. Thank you. And so Max, would you please give feedback?
Okay. It's very interesting for your this because you still keep the tradition culture, and that is very because I never have this kind of the experience.
Oh.
But
you don't have children. So Max, you don't have children.
I have 2 children. Yeah.
But did your children catch something?
No, we don't have children.
Okay, very
just,
traditional.
Yeah, we buy a cat for my children after 1 year and keep something and buy the something for our friend and the families. And
what do you prepare for family and friends? Because I don't have children, so I don't know.
I just after 1 year, it should be the after 1 month in Taiwan the traditional culture. After 1 month, you need to buy the cake or rice.
Or rice, cake, or 油饭.
Yeah, 油饭, yeah. And you also need to prepare the chicken leg. It depends on is a boy or girl. If you buy, if your children is a boy, you should buy the leg, chicken leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
If a girl.
A girl, I don't know because most of the children is a boy.
Cake. Yes,
Yeah.
I think a cake. Yes. Thank you. That's a very interesting tradition.
And for your for your picture is I just want to ask one question because you keep the traditional culture, but why do you address the Japanese dress?
That's my question too.
Just Japanese clothes, so beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if you dress traditional, I don't know. We don't really have Taiwanese traditional clothes.
Yes.
Because we are not Aboriginal. 我们不是原住民. But if you want to dress traditional Taiwanese dress, maybe it's like I don't know, like a 清朝. Right? Very similar to 清朝清代那时期. Otherwise,
no. 它比较像那种，很像那种传统的婚礼的那种衣服。
如果是台湾，
对，就比较像传统婚礼，就大红色，让我无法。
So it's not 清朝吗？
No.
It's not 清朝. Oh, okay.
No.
Thank you. So interesting that actually I'm confused about what is traditional Taiwanese dress. I don't know either. Because we are not Aboriginal. We are not Chinese now. Yes. Thank you, Max. And thank you, Anne.
Thank
Helen,
you.
Thank you.
Hope talk to you soon. Helen, can you use your microphone? Okay. Helen and Winner, would you please give feedback?
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes. Helen, how are you today?
Yes, I'm fine.
Mm. Very good,
You?
thank you. And Winner, would you please turn on your camera? Winner, camera. Okay, hi. So, Winner, please give feedback. Oh, 之前跟 a little bit problem，手机不太可以。
不太行啊。
OK，那你关你可以关没关系，我觉得关了会音效比较好。好，嗨，之前你就这样说没关系，不用开荧幕，因为我觉得同时开荧幕会比较伤。
Good evening.
Good evening.
Today I should good evening. I introduce Tsinghua University. This is my first school. In the
Really?
没办法，没办法，可以吗？
没办法，
没办
我觉得，等一下 ，Helen，你先把荧幕关掉，你用 Line 打给那个伟伟好了，用伟伟的手机好不好？伟伟可以吗？他用打电话给你，你把手机放在那里就好了。
什么事？
那个之前的手机没办法演讲，所以我想之前暂时把他的 meeting 先关掉一下，然后打电话给你。
好，
那你都要放在电话前，你放在那个荧幕前面，这样就好了。
都没有。电话给我。
好，之前你打 line 给那个伟伟好吗？
泰尊他昨天有在班级群组说他是 Win7，他今天有没有上？
听不到。听不到。
他要打电，之前姐姐要打电话给我吗？他没有进来呀。
可是也听不到。
Helen，还有一个方法就是你等一下可不可以录音，然后录音 send line 给我们，我放在 line， 好不好？
流程大概是这样哦，一开始就是
请问谁在讲话？
操作我们上课要讲的东西给各位看。
现在是旁边在讲话，那伟伟先不要好了。好 ，Helen， 如果你可以的话，希望你是用录音的方式，然后呢，录音的方式再用 line 给我们，我来放也可以，好，放在群组。好，那我们下一位就是 Trisha， 那个 Winner， 你等一下还要给 Annie feedback， 好 ，Thank you。So， Trisha 和 Mia，Would you please come up？ Hold on， 那个刚才 Helen 说清华大学是他的 grandfather 的学校，我就觉得好伟大哦。那个时代读清华大学真的很厉害耶。所以希望能够听到他的故事，请知倩用手机录音。好，那我们现在欢迎 Trisha and Mia。好 ，Mia 有没有上来呀？Mia，
有，
没看到你哦，没看到你。
Here.
OK， 好，开始 Go。Hey Trisha, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you.
嗯
Okay, I will start my presentation. Can you all hear me?
Yes, very beautiful photo.
Yeah. Today I would like to share with you the memorable experience I had in Greece.
So in Chinese is what kind of boat?
Boat.
You say Maria?
Memorable traveling experience.
Memorable. Oh, memorable.
In Greece, many years ago, I was going to attend a conference held in Kos Island in Greece, and during before I attend the conference, I plan a trip to travel the capital of the Greece, Athens.
Athens,
And
雅典.
yes, and the beautiful island in the south of the Greece, the small island called Santorini. So this picture was took in Santorini. Santorini is a beautiful island in the south of the Greece, the Greece island, and in this island you can see many beautiful blue and white buildings, just like the picture you can see, and it's a very romantic place I have ever traveled. So you can see many couples just spend their honeymoon in this island, and this island has many very famous and beautiful hotels. Just you can live in these white and blue buildings there. Yeah, and I have stayed in this island for 3 days. Also, I stayed. I stay in this island, romantic island, but I feel very lonely. I just travel by myself, and the scenery is very beautiful, but no one can share my experience there. So I just took the picture and travel one side to another side. So after this travel experience, I felt it's very important. There has someone to travel with you. I mean, you can share your experience with your partner, but so I think the scenery is not very, the beautiful scenery is not very important for traveling. Yes, that's all. That's my experience.
Thank you, Tricia. So Mia, would you please give feedback?
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Tricia. I like your picture, and your courage is very strong. You can win there by yourself, and it's a dream place. Many years ago, someone write a article, mean 我的心有在爱琴海. It's very famous. Yes. Thank you, your share. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to talk to Tricia. So you mentioned about you went there for a conference. Can you tell me what kind of conference it was?
Okay, it's a conference about the library, digital library, because
Digital what?
Library.
Digital library. So
Yeah, because
so are you doing research?
Because many years ago, I worked at a digital library project.
Wow, that's great. So which department, which company, or which department?
Academia Sinica.
Do you have Chinese?
中研院.
中研院. Oh, That's why. That's a very good chance. So actually, they pay for your tickets and
Yes.
hotel, right?
So
Yay, that's
how to
great.
say, my boss, or
Yeah, that's great.
my boss pay the traveling fee and how to say, the assign me to join
Yeah.
to attending this conference to learn something.
So after you come back from this conference, do you need to do something for digital
I
library?
need to wrote the report about this conference. Yeah.
So Trisha, because you mentioned you are very lonely and very curious, who took this photo for you?
Oh, I just act a stranger.
Okay.
A
So
visitor.
did you have a conversation with the stranger?
Yes, I think maybe a couple or someone.
So
Just the expert took the picture for me.
So during the conference, do you make any friends?
Sorry, pardon.
During the conference, did you make any friends?
No.
No.
Yeah, I just to attend the conference and then go back to the hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe
What a
because
shame.
my English.
Are you very shy or?
Oh,
So
no, because I have a not good conversation skill in English.
Oh, but in Chinese, no problem, you mean?
In Chinese, of course, but there. I think there are just a very few attendants are Chinese.
Oh, really? It's so interesting. You can try your English, whatever. So that's very interesting. When you mentioned about conference, I have a lot of experience about conference in other countries. I had a conference in Australia, in Taiwan, and in other country, and I found I usually make a lot of friends during the conference. So I just talked to my neighbor. I don't know who she is, or I said, "Hey, would you like to have lunch together?" And then we just have lunch together. So during the conference, it's very good opportunity to make a friends. And we said, "Oh, what's your research?" Because I was doing my PhD, so I was doing research. So we exchange about, "Oh, what kind of research are you doing?" And then we share research. We share experience. And where are you from? Which university? So it's very good to share experience in conference. And so next time, if you have opportunity, try to be brave to make more friends. Your English is good. Come on. Don't worry about that. Really, don't worry about that. Thank you, Mia. And thank you for Trisha. Be brave, Trisha. Next time when I see you, I want to speak English with you too. Okay. See you.
See you. Thank you.
Next one is Sue and Annie. Annie here. Sue, would you please come here? And Annie. Don't show man here, right? Okay, good. Hello, Sue. How are you? Long time no see. Long time no see.
Thank you.
I
And
miss
you?
you. I miss you. How are
I
you
miss you
today?
too. Great. And you?
Great too.
Great.
Thank you. Okay, so Sue, what would you like to talk about today?
Okay, I share my photo. What?
Annie, how are you today? I cannot hear you. Cannot hear you. So Annie, please turn on your microphone.
What?
Annie， 听不到 Annie 的声音哦。哦，我知道，可能是树在弄 photo 吧。所以 Annie 可以 say hello 一下吗？好，没关系，树先。好，树 ，Welcome，树。
What? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I would like to share this photo with you. Maybe you only notice this adorable girl. I just focus on Kangaroo's grass. Kangaroo's grass, like sugar cane, it stores sugar in the stem. The base of the stem tastes slightly sweet. So it also called white sugar cane. Maybe the cane's grass grows on the banks of river beds. Perennial herbs that can grow up to 3 meters high. As the autumn season comes, there is a large of cane grass on the Hainan's Dane Bridge blooms again, making the banks of Zhenwen Creek seems to be covered with snow, and the scenery is fascinating. The cane grass growing season in Thailand has become a well-known attraction for tourists in autumn in recent years. Fortunately, I have been there last fall. When the wind blows, the cane grass fibers dance with the wind as beautiful as snowflakes. It's a good place worth visiting. We also can enjoy autumn with cane grass like the girl. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you, Sue. I have a question. So can we eat the sweet?
Oh, no.
No. But why do people say it's sweet? Must be some people eat that.
Some sugar in some country, some sugar made from this.
Oh, but in Taiwan we don't, right?
We don't. We make
sugar cane. Do we have this in Taiwan, right?
Yeah,
do we?
in Taiwan, yes. I have a photo, but why don't take this?
Where is it?
Here, little girl.
Do you know where it is?
Where it is? I mentioned it. In Thailand, 大内 Bridge 大内桥下，曾文溪畔。
Oh, really?
曾文溪大内。
So in Chinese, what kind? 它叫甜子草根吗？
甜根子草。
那芦苇，is那芦苇？
不一样，好像跟有3种种类是不一样的。
Oh, I thought it's 芦苇, but now it's higher because it uses 3 meters.
3 meters high.
That's长知识了. Thank you very much. And I would like to invite Annie. Annie.
Yes. Can you
Hi,
hear
Annie.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Annie, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everybody. From Sue's sharing, I really feel I open my eyes because I never have this kind of knowledge. I always only know that sugar can make sugar, make something sweet, but this is a kind of grass. As I look at the picture, it's like the wild place. They have this kind of grace, but it's sweet. So I was very wondering someday I can have the real place, real grass to see what is it. Maybe I will try to have a test.
I think I want to do that too. To test it too.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you.
So thank you for your report.
Thank you, Annie. Annie, so you never been to this place, right?
I like to go to somewhere like the Taijiang National Park.
Oh, Taijiang. Oh,
Yeah.
National Park.
But I cannot tell what's the difference of the grass. The Duwei or some grass. I never saw this view, but I think I had passed this bridge before.
Okay, that's true. So next time, Sue, tell us when is the best season to go there?
In autumn.
About September or October?
October.
October.
About
Oh, October. Great.
1 month.
1 month. Very good. So don't miss it.
Which part should I try to have the sweet test? The roof part or the
Is
straw?
that legal? Is that legal to have
The stem.
I'm not sure.
合法吧 I don't know. I think the stem, STEM,
Yeah.
茎 stem 很像甘蔗 stem, STEM，就是它的茎 is the sweetest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Annie.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So next one will be Rita and Ray. So we wait and we take a rest. So today, after Rita and Ray, we will look at page 115 152页的 Unit 9。上次我们有 listen， 但是我们没有看到 TED， 所以我们这次要看。Especially, I recommend her pronunciation is very beautiful. And also, she's talking about how can we help people. It's really blowing my mind. 就是让我大开眼界. You know, we know how to help people. Like you can donate money or give how to say lunch boxes, 爱心便当, or you can donate some clothes or something. But these people are so crazy. They do very innovative things to help people. So I really recommend this TED. So come back after 10 minutes. See you later. Hello, let's get back. This one is Rita and Ray. So Rita, would you please turn on your microphone and your camera? Also Megan. Is Megan here? Megan, would you please turn on your microphone? Yeah. Okay. Hello. Rita, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Very good, thank you. Rita, what would you like to share today?
My favorite children book.
Please, would you like to share a photo too?
Yes. Wait. Yeah.
Nice to share a book. Oh, an amazing piece.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to share one of my favorite children book, The Missing Piece. The Chinese name is 失落的一角. This story talks about a circle which missed one piece, as the drawing showed. In order to become a complete circle, it will travel to find the missing piece. Because it missed one piece, it brought slowly and enjoyed the journey very much. Like talk to a worm, smell the flowers, and feel the changes of weather. It also meant different kinds of pieces during the journey. But none of them will fit it. One day, it finds the fit one, and it carried the piece properly. Then it rolled faster and faster to talk to the worm, smell the flowers, and feel the changes of weather. In the end, it put the piece back and rolled slowly again. In my opinion, I think this story wants to let us know that no one is perfect, but unique. We make lots of efforts to achieve the goal, but the happiness and confidence comes from the process when we achieving it. So this is one I want to share. We shouldn't overemphasize on the achievement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita. Rita, when did you read this book?
Many years ago.
Yeah, it's a children's book. So did you read it for yourself or for your children?
No, I'm not get married yet.
Oh, sorry. So you like a children's book?
Yes.
So did you read the 小王子?
Oh, yes.
Yes, me too. So thank you. You are talking about the point. No one is perfect. They're very unique. And don't overemphasize what? Sorry, I've missed the part. So you said don't overemphasize
the achievement.
The achievements. So can you explain about this sentence? Why we cannot overemphasize our achievement?
Because if we to overemphasize it, we will lose many things. When we work very hard on maybe your friends or family.
That's very important. So if we overemphasize on achievements, we may ignore our friends or family. Yeah, sometimes I did it. I try to draw me back. That's true. When I really emphasize on my work, I sometimes forget about my good friends. That's true. And I would like to tell you about lose many things. Lose, not lose. Lose. 现在式是 lose. Okay. Actually, I read this book too. I think you can finish like in 30 minutes, right? Can you finish in 30 minutes? This book.
Oh.
How much time did you?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, right? I think so. It's very easy to read.
Yeah.
Thank you, but it's very interesting. I think the good thing is that it's very easy to draw this book. 就是一个缺口，他自己有一个缺口，然后他一直在寻找说他另外一个缺口在哪里，然后最后呢，他觉得没有人是完美的。I think I was kind of touched by the end. I was kind of busy to look for another piece, but in the end, I found that we don't have to be perfect. That's something I'm really touched me. Thank you. I like this book too. And I would like to invite Megan. Megan, would you please give feedback?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't listen the complete story. Sorry.
没有听到完整的。
It's okay. I just thank you, Rita, for your sharing us this book. I know it's for children book.
Yes.
You
can read it too. No problem.
Okay. Although it's a simple story for children, but I think it's inspire me not to. Sometimes we have this advantage. No one is, as you say, no one is perfect. So we don't emphasize many to reach the perfect 100% good. And
that's true.
Yes. Okay. This is my.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. So Megan, you cannot hear. Cannot hear it properly, or do you have any problem about your computer?
I use my cell phone.
Oh, so sometimes the Wi-Fi is not very well, right?
Yes.
Oh, so actually Wi-Fi got some weakness. Okay, thank you,
Sometimes.
Megan. But
Thank
you
you.
are giving very good feedback, and thank you, Rita. I'm so touched by your story. So we don't have to be perfect. Remember, 不用太完美. And also, I would like to encourage my students. You don't have to be perfect in English to speak, to share with friends. Like Trisha, who share the Greek. Oh, Trisha, yeah. Trisha was so shy to make a friends. I feel such a shame. It's very good opportunities to use any kind of English to make friends. People don't care about your grammar at all, really. So everybody's English is very good in this class. Don't worry. Definitely you can communicate. Thank you so much. I think Ray is not here yet. 因为他有请假到8点，所以呢，等一下再请瑞好了。然后阿令在吗？请问阿令在吗？我没有看到阿令请假，可是我也没看到他上来。阿令，没看到他。Hey, Aline, are you here?
Yes.
Oh, Aline, would you like to give speech?
Okay.
Thank you. And then Winner, would you please give feedback because Ben's Wi-Fi is not good. So Winner, please give feedback.
Okay, I try my best.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Welcome, Aline. Would you like to give us some photos?
No, not yet. I just give you a little terrible experience.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What happened today?
Not yet. It's before maybe 1 year. I never been to China, Shanghai. It's my first day. It's my first time to Shanghai, and I buy the very cheap ticket, airplane ticket, maybe just $60,000 return. So the airplane starts time maybe when you arrive there, maybe in the room is very a little dangerous, I think. Maybe 12.
I know.
Yeah.
Aline, I've been to Shanghai too. And I
Really?
know the room is terrible too. Because
Yeah.
I transfer in
Yeah.
Shanghai.
And
That's terrible.
it's my first time to Shanghai, so I'm not very know their traffic, so I take the test to the host to my hotel, and then the driver, when I take the driver, they will see, oh, I'm a little tired. Yesterday I very late. I'm a little lazy. I want to sleep. So I'm very dangerous.
Oh my God.
So in the because you know it's very in the room, so no car, no person, just am I alone to there. Yeah. And then I need to talk to him to think any topic to not. I don't want to he sleep. Yeah, because I then it's a little scared. Yeah, and then maybe because my hotel is very far to transport, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour. So I need to speak, and tell the test, do you need to eat something or not? Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and then I'm very safe to hotel. Yeah, I spend maybe $5 $500. Yeah, a little expensive. And then I asked the driver, so how is too expensive? He tell me about if because I have a highway, so you need to pay 50 fee about the highway.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But I think the fee is including that. She just give me it's extra $50.
Oh my
when,
God.
yeah, so when I ask we add the WeChat, and then I asked these things. I said, why you charge me $50?
$50.
Yeah. She said, oh, you just give I tag you to highway, so you need to pay $50. And then it closed my contact. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
little terrible. Yeah, expensive.
yes.
Yeah.
So you went to Shanghai or you just transfer in Shanghai?
Before my friend in there, so I to meet him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So very dangerous driver.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So finally we can meet you. That means you are safe.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's so dangerous to travel alone.
Because I think Shanghai is more it's very convenient. So I think it's not dangerous. But first time I say it's a dangerous city.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous because I had the experience. I tried to buy very cheap tickets, so I transferred from Shanghai to Australia, and then I stay in the hotel. The hotel is so broken.
Really?
I saw, yeah, in the lobby. I think not the lobby. It's on the way to elevator, and I saw curtain. And I think why do people put curtain on the way to elevator, right? So, for example, I go out from my room and then I have to walk on the aisle, 走道, and then go to the elevator. 所以在走道上 I saw some curtain. 我就想怎么会有窗帘在走道上要做什么? So I just open. That was in the morning. I already finished. I'm going to the airport. So I already stayed there for one night, and then I opened the curtain. Do you know what I see?
No.
I see a very huge hole, 一个很大的洞在墙壁上. I can see through the next door. 我可以看穿整个建筑物. I was so shocked. Oh my
They don't spend their money to fix that.
They don't spend their money, they just put a curtain. So I think Shanghai is a little bit dangerous because if you transfer, if you buy very cheap tickets, sometimes it's terrible.
If just you want to buy the midnight ticket, you maybe consider about yourself, I think.
Yeah, midnight is terrible too. Unfortunately, I went there with my student, so another girl. So we two girls were kind of brave. If I went there alone, I would be very, very scared about the big hole. Yeah, so be careful if you travel alone. Thank you,
Yeah.
Eileen.
Thank you.
And Winner, would you please give feedback?
Well, thank you, Arlene, to share his travel experience for us. Travel is a kind of adventure, I think. It can be good, but it can be bad. It's a good experience. All of this together with you. Travel or to see people and experience different things. I think it's a good thing for us. Either a good experience or a bad experience. So thank you, Arlene, to warning us. The taxi driver, maybe he is a good person or a bad person, and how to face when you face this, encountering this problem, how to solve this problem. This is very important things, I think. Thank you. Arlene.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Winner. I also got a very terrible experience about taxi in Taipei. One day, I got together with my friends for dinner, and it was not 10 o'clock p.m. So I took a taxi. And then when I got on the taxi driver just turned back and talked to me. 小姐，我跟你说，我心情很不好。So what should I do? I was so scared.
You can tell him you can see the person. I can't help you.
Pardon? You say that again, please.
I say you can to find the person, man. Maybe they can help you. I can help you.
Yeah. So I kind of changed my mind. For example, I need to go further. I want to say, oh, okay, I want to go somewhere, and then I just make an excuse and get off the taxi. 就是假装我现在就要下车，because I don't want to, I don't want him to know
Say
my
no.
address. You know, I'm so afraid of him, and that's really terrible. So be careful. And now usually I have my habit. I change my habit every time I get on a taxi. I drive, but if I cannot drive in other city, I will just, for example, I visit my friends and I get on a taxi. I will text my friend to say, this taxi number is what? So I will just text my, just try to 简讯你的朋友或赖你的朋友那个计程车的号码。So one day a taxi driver was kind of very enthusiastic to talk to me. 他很热情，他就跟我说，哦不， and then I was busy to texting my friend. 我就打字给我朋友。So he was talking and talking, and then he just realized I didn't talk back. So he turned back and my friend just called me. I said, 哦，这个计程车的电话，这个计程车的号码是 blah blah blah. And then suddenly the taxi driver was very angry. So he knows that I didn't trust him. However, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because safe is
I
the most
think
important.
girl or woman, if we take the test, you should face your test to your friend to know
And
that.
family is better.
Yeah.
最好就是要简讯或赖给你的朋友跟家人。So if something happen, you will say, 哦，我朋友都知道你的车号哦。So try to be careful. That's really terrible experience, but fortunately we are safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is Sky, and Wanzhen will give feedback.
Hello.
Thank you, Winner. Hi, Sky.
Hi.
Hi, Sky. How are you today?
Oh, fine, thank you. 我分
Great,
享一下。
Sky, what would you like to talk today?
Is very busy. Is driving old
busy.
busy. Yes.
Busy day.
Yes.
Okay. So
我共用一下，想一下。有。
Oh, a lot of photos. That's great. 你共用。
对，可是我没有看到。
你要先把那个照片打开，不然就会整个都看到你的整个电脑。
哦，是哇，怎么回去？
你先把那个对，先回去，把那一张照片打开。
等一下哦，我没有用过，有点乱。
对，你先把你的照片哪一张先打开，哪一张？
哦，好。
然后打开之后再 share 一遍，对，先打开再去 share。
哎，这样可以吗？这样有看到吗？
不行，你要出去。
我要先出去。
你要先去那个把 share 弄掉，然后再 share 一次你的画面。
OK， 哎，
不然我们现在整个都看到你整个电脑6张照片。
好，停止共用。好，等一下。
One more time， 没关系，慢慢来。大家可以吃晚餐，然后一边吃。
请等一下。
Hey, Wanzhen, how are you today?
I'm well.
这样可以吗？
现在还是看到5张哎。
5张？这样子呢？
你开1张好不好？你把这一张有没有取消共用？
有，我等一下。
那你有没有先开？要先开你的照片那一张就好，开1张就好。然后，因为你停止共用会整个停止，你先停止共用，然后再share1张，然后再回去共用。
OK， 我试一下，因为没有用过，不好意思。
没关系，慢慢来。
共用。哎，这样子还是不行哈。
没看到啊？你有共用吗？
没看到。
真想过去帮你用，没关系。你现在先把你的照片打开，打1张就好了。 有打开了，然后去共用的地方，然后共用就会问你要选哪一个荧幕，你就选那一张的荧幕。嘿，
这样子可以吗？一张生鲜台的
我们是看到6张啊，
啊，是6
不然
张啊。
你把它放大一点好了，你把它放大一点，不然就看6张好了。你可不可以把它放大一点？我看起来很小。
还是我 share 到那个 line 上面好了，
会不会很麻烦？
应该很快。
好，
等一下哦。哎呀，糟糕。
你现在是用手机还是电脑？
我现在用电脑，可是那
OK
个我现在看一下手机啊，真糟糕。我还是用分享公用，如果是 Web 浏览器的话，可以吗？还是说
是可以的啊。
啊哈？
呀，那我们现在分享的是，你现在可以用。
啊，对，我糟糕。
你现在选错了，你再回去关掉再选，关
那这张
掉共用，然后你
啊哈
就关掉共用，然后再回去，你要先共用，然后再选哪一张照片的。好，再共用
好，
一次。
你等一下，再共用一次。
再共用一次，然后要选择你那一张照片的荧幕，
嘿，
应该可以的。
等一下。
等一下呢，大家准备一下，就是我们
这样可以
在
吗？
可以，好漂亮哦。
没有，这个是那个上网截图下来的。
对，好 ，OK。Let's welcome Sky and 婉珍。
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can share a trip around the island this week. Take the picture of the 台东三仙台 as the background. 那第2张应该是要重用吗？第2张，
对，第2张重用，对。
啊哈，
要不你就先演讲好了，有空再
哦，
send
好，
line 给我们。好，有空
，OK，
再。
好，
但是你留在三仙台嘛？哦，好。OK. Your children, right?
Yes.
They look like you.
Yes.
OK, thank you. 就停留在这一张最美好。OK, go.
Okay. Reminiscent of the traveling to Taitung with my family in 2017. We spent half uh, uh half of half a day staying in Sunshine for a slow swim. Most people will only return after walking the arch range. It is a pity. Did not go to the 77-meter high lighthouse on Sunshine Island. We spent more than an hour walking to the flat wooden plank road and had climbed up the rugged hillsides. After reaching the highest point of the lighthouse, eating snacks and drinking drinks, looking at the beautiful scenery of the of Taitung coastline from the Pacific Ocean. This was staying from Sudanese. After a few years, mentioned Taitung with my family, still had beautiful memories and puppies together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sky. Very beautiful memory. After few years later, still very beautiful, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Wen-Zhen, would you please give feedback?
Hello,
Hi.
could you hear me?
Yes, yes, of course.
I see the photo and remind me I would go there when I was a kid, but I don't remember if I go to the end in the tunnels. I just know it's a long and high bridge for the young kid. So out of secrets, did you and your family walk around the bridge down? Down we should walk. Go to the end and back.
Oh, so walk down there is very far. Sky, do you know how it's very far or not far to walk down the bridge?
And most of people with only return after walking the Rich Bridge because it's two lighthouse is is very long 比较长的
Long
路
distance.
Long
Yes.
distance. Oh, really? Because I never been there, so I don't know. I really want to know.
Photo.
So it's very, very far,
Yes.
right? Oh, I'm very interested.
And it's lighthouse in 有看到我的那个指标吗？没有。好 ，in the 就是那个三千台过那个拱桥之后，后面有2座山，就是那个就是三千台的岛。对。
Oh, so can we go to the island?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
We can go to the island. Oh my God. So it's a new bridge, right?
是
新
比较
的桥吗？
不是，那是比较
kid.
本来就比较旧的桥，嘿
比较旧的。
到后面的灯塔很远。
哦。
所以很多人
never been there.
是很多人到拱桥这边拍个照就走了。
Yes, me too.
Me too.
我后面这边我们有到那个最高的那个有到最高的
the highest.
地方。
Yeah, because you mentioned about that. I noticed that is winter, right? Is that winter?
Cold day.
还是 winter 吗？是不是冬天啊
？Yes, winter. Yes.
对 that's why you can go there. You know, in summer it's very hot to walk on the bridge. So winter is better, I think.
Yes, it's winter. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think Wan-Zhen is very young, right? You said when you were a child.
Maybe
How
20
many
years ago I go there.
20 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that because you are still very young, that's 20 years ago. So I would like to ask Wan-Jun, are you from Tainan?
Yes, Taiwanese.
Tainan.
Taiwanese, yes, Taiwanese.
Tainan. So Sky, you are Taiwanese too?
Yes.
That's why
in Xinying.
Oh, in Xinying. Because for me, I was from Taipei, and for me, Sanxiantai is very, very far from Taipei. From Taipei to Taitung. So that's why I remember once upon a time, I saw this bridge, but on bus. I didn't really go down. I didn't even take a photo. So for me, now I live in Thailand. I think I can try. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone is hoping to go a travel right soon. So hope COVID-19 is gone too. It's gone very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sky and Wan Chen.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And because Ray is still not here, so let's go back to page 152. 请看152页。哎，那个 Sky， 请把 share 共享弄掉，谢谢。Sky， 你还在共享哦。
好，我想办法把它关掉。
你就不要共享就好了，把共享关掉。
不要共享。
因为我要分享别的东西。
OK，Sorry。
No problem。
这样子可以吗？
可以吧？等一下，我现在在。
取消。我怎么关掉？
共享有没有共享？你下面有一个共享，把它 click 一下，按一下。有没有你的电脑上面不是有个共享吗？
对啊。
对。
可是我把它按取消，怎么都还在。是，
谁可不可以请帮忙他一下？怎么弄？
我出去再进来好了。
这应该是按一下就可以了呢。
对啊，可是我按这边共享这边把它取消啦。取消。
对，你现在是在对。
好，现在我分享一下我学生。现在有没有看到我的影片？
有，现在是老师的影片。
好，各位同学跟大家报告一下呢，这是我学生的期末考。然后呢，叫每个学生呢，就是你们没有期末考，是他们就是大学的。然后我发现这个学生很有礼貌，所以我想要跟大家分享，就是说，我们说英文，其实英文不用很好，但是呢，礼貌一定要周到。那大部分的学生呢，我叫他讲一个故事或讲一个主题呢，然后就是他们的期末考，然后 send link 给我。但是我就发现说，这个学生他除了把他该做的作业做完之外呢，他会顾虑到跟老师的感受。你会想说，老师在看你们的作业，那老师都看100多个，200多个，那每个学生有没有跟老师讲话？因为我们已经5月以后就没有见面了嘛，那这个学生就跟我聊天一下，我觉得非常窝心，所以跟大家分享一些就好。
Hello, Christine. I'm Ricky.
他会跟我说 Hi, Christine. I'm Ricky. 但是其他的同学会开始就开始讲故事了，所以我就觉得这样很有礼貌。他说我好久没有看到你了。
And how's your day?
那你好不好呢？
Today I would like to briefly talk about my self-experience.
好，然后我要讲我的 experience。那到最后的时候呢，他讲完之后，他又跟我打招呼一下哈。
So that's all about my speech, and thank you for your listening. And by the way, thank you for taking care of me in this semester. Hope I can once again join your class in
谢谢你这个学期照顾我。如果我还有机会呢，修你的
the
课。
future, and have a nice summer vacation.
祝你暑假愉快。我就觉得，这个学生很有教养哎。所以呢，我们不是只有说讲很漂亮的英文，我们应该是很顾虑到听你话的人他的感受，然后跟他有对应。所以呢，稍微示范一下。然后这不是我要教的，我要教的是另外一个。Wait for me.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay, so now I'm trying to show the TED. Please tell me, do you see the screen?
Okay, I can see.
Can you see? Should you donate differently? Do you see that?
Yes.
Oh, great. 如果没看到，一定要跟我讲哈。Thank you. Let's go.
Okay.
所有的同学呢，我们先不用管152页，152页，等一下再回来。So now we try to focus on 第一个 focus on pronunciation， 就是有一些发音你觉得不错，你有时候会讲这一句，可是发音不对， 你就稍微纠正一下，然后有兴趣再回去看。第二呢，说说他的 idea，因为呢，这个是树的 Joy Son 呢，他要 share 他的 idea，这个 idea 是什么呢？然后呢，看完之后，我们每一个人要 share 你的看法，你对他的演讲的看法。So your feedback can be, so you will give feedback to this lady。你可以说，他哪里讲得很好，或是他讲的那个 idea，我觉得非常有用，或是我觉得I learned a lot from her about something。所以我们任何的意见都可以，但是每个人都要说一下你的看法。Any question before we start? 好 let's go.
Worker in Africa comes to a time in her career when she wants to take all the money for her project. Maybe it's a school or a training program. Pack it in a suitcase, get on a plane flying over the poorest villages in the country, and start throwing that money out the window. Because to a veteran aid worker, the idea of putting cold, hard cash into the hands of the poorest people on earth doesn't sound crazy. It sounds really satisfying. I had.
She mentioned about that. She is a very experienced worker, aid worker. So 她本来就是一个算是义工的，有没有领薪水我不知道。就是说，她本来就常常在帮助别人。然后呢，她觉得帮助别人真的很有成就感的感觉。好，那他下来这一段呢，他会讲一个 idea， 觉得很有趣。他就觉得说，我们什么叫帮助别人呢？就是我们帮人家设想说，诶，这些人需要什么，那我就送他什么。这些人需要什么样的帮助，我就帮他。我觉得是这样，他说了。可是呢，其实不是，真的不是，不是你想要帮助别人，你去想他需要什么，不是。所以我们要注意看。
At that moment, right about the 10-year mark. And luckily, that's also when I learned that this idea actually exists, and it might be just what the aid system needs. Economists call it an unconditional cash transfer, and it's exactly that. It's cash given with no strings attached. Governments in developing countries have been doing this for decades, and it's only now, with more evidence and new technology, that it's possible to make this a model for delivering aid. It's a pretty simple idea, right? Well, why did I spend a decade doing other stuff for the poor? Honestly, I believed that I could do more good with money for the poor than the poor could do for themselves. I held two assumptions. One, that poor people are poor in part because they're uneducated and don't make good choices. Two, is that we then need people like me to figure out what they need and get it to them. It turns out the evidence says otherwise. In recent years,
yeah, so Winner, so what two ideas she mentioned about that? Can you repeat?
She said the poor because why they are poor because they did not receive the education.
Another assumption 就是 assumption 就是他自己的猜想。Another assumption is that, do you get it?
No, because
that I could do more good with money for the poor.
Here, so please.
More than the poor could do for themselves.
Okay, so can you try to explain this sentence?
So first, poor people, they don't have experience to manage their financial problem. So they don't know how to use the money in the correct way. They just spend the money in their daily life. So they don't have enough money, make them become richer.
So this helper 这些帮助他们的人就觉得说，我应该比他们更会处理，我来处理好了。But she thinks it's wrong. Let's continue. Thank you. Thank you, Winner.
I held two assumptions. One, that poor people are poor in part because they're uneducated and don't make good choices. Two, is that we then need people like me to figure out what they need and get it to them. It turns out the evidence says otherwise. In recent years, researchers have been studying what happens when we give poor people cash. Dozens of studies show across the board that people use cash transfers to improve their own lives. Pregnant women in Uruguay buy better food and give birth to healthier babies. Sri Lankan men invest in their businesses. Researchers who studied our work in Kenya found that people invested in a range of assets, from livestock to equipment to home improvements, and they saw increases in income from business and farming 1 year after the cash was sent. None of these studies found that people spend more on drinking or smoking, or that people work less. In fact, they work more. Now, these are all material needs. In Vietnam, elderly recipients used their cash transfers to pay for coffins. As someone who wonders if Maslow got it wrong, I find this choice to prioritize spiritual needs deeply humbling. I don't know if I would have chosen to give food or equipment or coffins. Which begs the question, how good are we at allocating resources on behalf of the poor? Are we worth the cost? Again, we can look at empirical evidence on what happens when we give people stuff of our choosing. One very telling study looked at a program in India that gives livestock to the so-called ultra-poor, and they found that 30% of recipients had turned around and sold the livestock they'd been given for cash. The real irony is, for every $100 worth of assets this program gave someone, they spent another $99 to do it. What if instead we use technology to put cash, whether from aid agencies or from any one of us, directly into a poor person's hands? Today, 3 in 4 Kenyans use.
So far, winner, after she explained about people donate money to them, and now there is a new method. What is the new method?
She say if you donate money directly to the poor, if you
Yes.
donate $100, I think, US dollar to the poor, they will use this $100 on their business. But if you donate food or the other things, it's not the cash, they will spend more, like 99.6 US dollar more to give the poor. So the cost will higher than you directly to give the poor cash.
That's great. Thank you, Winner. You really understand very well. 所以呢，送东西的成本反而比较大。那所以现在有一个新的想法，你可不可以面对面，或是用什么方法直接给他们，不用说经过了什么什么的。那现在有没有办法直接呢？这个真的是 bizarre， 我觉得他们这个 project 真的是 bizarre, crazy.
Mobile money, which is basically a bank account that can run on any cell phone. A sender can pay a 1.6% fee and, with the click of a button, send money directly to a recipient's account.
Okay, so Winner, they try to use app to send the money directly to the recipient, 受惠人. So, do you know, some poor people don't have cell phone, right?
Yes.
So how can they do? Do you know?
They will buy the cell phone directly to the poor.
That's true. So crazy. You know, imagine someday somebody just ring the bell, 就是开始按门铃，然后说送给你一个 cell phone， 然后我 send money 到你的 cell phone， 这不是非常 crazy 的事情吗？
With no intermediaries. Like the technologies that are disrupting industries in our own lives, payments technology in poor countries could disrupt aid. It's spreading so quickly that it's possible to imagine reaching billions of the world's poor this way. That's what we started to do at Give Directly. We're the first organization dedicated to providing cash transfers to the poor. We've sent cash to 35,000 people across rural Kenya and Uganda in one-time payments of $1,000 per family. So far, we've looked for the poorest people in the poorest villages, and in this part of the world, they're the ones living in homes made of mud and thatch, not cement and iron. So let's say that's your family. We show up at your door with an Android phone. We'll get your name, take your photo and a photo of your hut, and grab the GPS coordinates. That night, we send all the data to the cloud, and each piece gets checked by an independent team, using, for one example, satellite images. Then we'll come back, we'll sell you a basic cell phone if you don't have one already, and a few weeks later, we send money to it. Something that 5 years ago would have seemed impossible, we can now do efficiently and free of corruption. The more cash we give to the poor and the more evidence we have that it works, the more we have to reconsider everything else we give. Today, the logic behind aid is too often, will we do at least some good? When we're complacent with that as our bar, when we tell ourselves that giving aid is better than no aid at all, we tend to invest inefficiently in our own ideas that strike us as innovative, on writing reports, on plane tickets and SUVs. What if the logic was, will we do better than cash given directly? Organizations would have to prove that they're doing more good for the poor than the poor can do for themselves. Of course, giving cash won't create public goods like eradicating disease or building strong institutions, but it could set a higher bar for how we help individual families improve their lives. I believe in aid. I believe most aid is better than just throwing money out of a plane. I am also absolutely certain that a lot of aid today isn't better than giving directly to the poor. I hope that one day it will be. Thank you.
So I would like to talk to Winner. Winner,
Yes.
what's your opinion about this TED?
The first thing I think is the cultural background is different. In Taiwan or in China, in our region, our thinking, you have to work very hardly and you get money. So you need to work very hardly to make your life normally. And in the Western world, they have different thinking. They're thinking the poor in this world, the poorest, like in Kenya or in the other world, they are really, really poor. So you donate a resource for them. For example, you provide food or shoot or clothes to them, or you direct to give them cash. Which one can help them more? In our education background teaching us to giving them the cash is not so helpful because someone will store the cash from them. So the readily to give them the food or clothes is more easy and help them more. But this concept is totally out in this speech.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So maybe some people think give them money, their money will be stolen by others.
Yes.
But actually, they can use money to do small business or to raise animals. We say livestock 就是牲畜，可以养一些牲畜 or plant. They can plant some plants, 可以种一些 vegetables or fruits, and then they can help themselves in the future. But if you give them shoes, they can wear the shoes this year next year, but in the long run, they don't have the resource. And so do you change your mind? Do you change your mind? Do you think giving money is better than shoes or clothes?
For Kenya, I think giving the cash is can give them more help.
Oh, for Kenya.
Because they are really, really poor. But in Taiwan, I think Taiwan is a different story.
Yeah, Taiwan is quite different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Taiwan, no matter how poor you are, 吃一个排骨便当没问题吧？ But for some poor family in Africa, they cannot eat meat or cannot even eat proper food. 很多小孩子呢，7岁的时候就瞎了。为什么瞎了？因为他们营养不良。So after they got blind, for 5 years, 50% of them will die. 在变瞎以后呢，在5年之后，有50% 的小孩会死掉，因为营养不良长期，他就会死掉。So, in this case, if you give them shoes, they cannot survive.
Yes.
So that's a really different story. In Taiwan, we are quite lucky. After COVID-19, before I already told my students, I really appreciate Taiwan. Taiwan is doing very well, and 我觉得台湾就是没有真正那么穷的穷人，有时候是那当街友是他的选择。What we say homeless people, right? So some homeless people, they don't want to stay in a special shelter. Shelter 叫做避难所或是 how do you say? 如果政府要把他们安排的地方叫什么名字？就是一个机构啦，给他们住。They don't want to stay there because they like a freedom, so they choose to be homeless. But in other countries, or especially Africa, then they don't have choice. Just a lot of people live in this kind of a place. They don't even call it a house, just a place, and so they don't live properly, they don't eat properly. So it's good to give money, and that's the first time I think this giving money directly is really, really helpful. And also there is a news, I think yesterday or 2 days ago in Ximending. So I forgot the name. If anybody know, you can come up to talk to me. So on the news, on a I don't know a code 有一个直扣的节目 a program, and somebody told that he is a designer and he studied in Japan before, but he was very poor, so he just finished elementary school. And now he is about 50 or 60 years old, I don't know, and he got a 88-year-old mother. However, because COVID-19 knocked down, so his design is not selling well at all. He can design. He is very talented. He can design bags, clothes, and many kinds of things in Ximending. So he said he is so depressed that he even bought the toxic 就是毒药，毒老鼠的毒药 and he planned to die with his mother. He loves his mother very much, so he wanna bring her mother to die together because he is so depressed. Do you know what happened with her? Suddenly, a lot of people just went to his store, his shop. Even he didn't open yet. 他还没开门的时候，就很多人在他的商店前面等着要买他的商品，然后跟他说你不要死。And some people even leave message to encourage him before he opened the door. And suddenly just a lot of even not a celebrity, 就是有一些小网红 他觉得他不想说好像怜悯他，怕他自尊心受伤，他就当场呢请他当 model， 然后呢开始拍这个商品是什么，多少钱，然后就上网马上卖。所以呢，he really appreciated this kind of help because he didn't really receive very good education. He didn't know how to use computer either. So he didn't know how to use computer to sell his design. But this net celebrity helped him to sell a lot of design things for him. So I suddenly feel like Taiwan is really a very, very friendly country. And I feel like a lot of good news on during this COVID-19, even though it's sad about COVID-19, but a lot of people try to help to give 爱心便当 or give some equipments or try to be volunteers 当义工. And I was I'm really touched. And on the contrary, in America, do you know what? Last year when COVID-19 just broke out, and do you know what happened in the nursing home? Nursing home 就是老人的疗养院. You know, some nurses, nurses is sometimes including female and male. 因为 nurse 有可能是男的. They just quit suddenly and left the old people in the hospital. And so differently in Taiwan, we try to help and try our best, and we even use our influence to encourage others to help others. So I'm totally touched by the enthusiasm of Taiwanese, and I'm so happy I'm Taiwanese. Thank you, Winner. And we will come back. 等一下呢，下一个小时呢，就是我们会学这一篇的英文版。那英文版大家抄一下单字哈。就是每一个人听力的时候用手写哈。经过一个研究证明，如果你要学另外一个语言，最好是用手写，不要用电脑打字，手写，而且一边听一边写，效果最好。因为你在手写的时候，你的手的肌肉是有记忆力的。你这样子写一遍，然后心中念一遍，它的记忆力跟你打字啊，或者是不写，那个效果真的很不一样。所以等一下我们要看一遍英文版的这一篇，然后大家抄一下笔记。笔记的意思就是不用每个字都写，抄下你印象最深刻的。然后呢，第二件事情呢，就是我们会讨论一下说这学期呢你有什么感想，然后我会把那个题目大家po上去，所以你可以准备说你要讲这一个 TED 的心得，还是你要讲我另外一篇的心得，就是我觉得哪里学的蛮进步的，我觉得哪里我想要加强，我想如果有机会的话，我希望能够上什么课，就是很简单的讲就好。然后在这一个学期中，你印象最深刻的是什么？Winner, can you tell me about during this semester, what is the most impressive thing for you?
I think it's this semester. I think the most thing is to study online. I don't have this experience before. I think this is a very important experience for me how to study online.
Yeah, that's true. It's very interesting, isn't it? 以前大家就想说，当然是有真人老师比较好。可是，在不得已的情况下呢 ，after we learn this, I just my opinion, okay? I think you can learn psychology, you can learn Python， 就是Python就写程式的软体嘛，哈。你可以学写程式啦，学心理学啦，学什么 online。经过这一次之后，你会发现，it's not as difficult as I thought before, right? Even though I'm a little bit nervous though. So Winner, do you know I'm very nervous in the class?
No.
Actually, every time I'm nervous before class. In the class, I'm all right. But before class, I was very nervous. I think, I don't know. Can I handle 3 hours? I am not sure. Maybe some technical problem. 就是 有一天我要上课前，我都会提早半个小时。有一天我才发现我的网络有问题，然后怎么办？我就在想说 ，OK, if I cannot try, if I try again and it cannot be successful, I will drive to Chengda. So 30 minutes. But fortunately, it works. So a lot of things comes on. 如果你是学生，你可以说 Sorry, Christine, my Wi-Fi is not working today. Sorry. 但是我是老师，我不能说 Sorry, I'm Christine, my Wi-Fi is not working. 我就不行了，我这样会害了全班的同学要请假，然后我就觉得很害怕，所以我就每次都在1个小时或半个小时前我就开始 try. So sometimes it's not only about knowledge, it's more about technical problems. So I just found, oh, I was so nervous. And today's last class, I feel like, yes, we make it. 我们都做得很成功，太好了，感谢我的 computer， 感谢各位。So later on 呢，你可以选这一篇，或是选我等一下会把 Word 放上去哈。好，see you later, winner.
Okay,
10 minutes.
see you. See you
Thank you.
later.
Hello everyone, please come back. 请看152页呢，我们先念一下单字，然后这些单字呢，其实没有很难，其实大家的英文程度都不错。然后我就挑几个片语我们比较常用的，然后等一下呢，在听 TED 的时候，你会发现，你听得懂了。最重点就是你会听也会用，然后你可以选这些字来造句，说你等一下要讲的感言。好，譬如说哪一个最有印象？然后呢，不想讲这一篇的同学呢，可以看我的荧幕上。Winner, do you see my questions?
Yes, I can saw it.
Okay. So Winner, would you please read number 1?
After learning English in this class, what is the most impressive things I can remember? 2, what have I learned in the last 14 weeks? What else do you want to learn in English class in the future?
Okay, thank you. So I like to use I. 反省自己的感觉。Thank you, winner. So you can choose these 3 questions, or you can choose TED. 讲感言可以讲这3题，也可以讲 TED， 所以你们自己选一方面来。好 ，So now I would like to go back to our. OK, 152页 ，Please follow me. 第一段的倒数第3行，veteran. Winner, would you please read? Veteran.
Wait a moment.
倒数第3行，152页 Unit 9， 然后第一段
Unit 9，
倒数第3行。
Part 1 or Part 2?
Part 1.
Part 1 and Phase 1. School or training program?
第一段的倒数第3行。
Okay.
Veteran, V-E-T-E-R-A-N.
But I throw the money out of the window.
Money out of the window. Oh, we have different. 是152页吗？
Yes.
Oh, we have different. Yeah, I mean that, but we have different version. 可能我们2个版本不一样。好，没有关系。这样的话，大家就不用，我们现在就看影片好了。Thank you for telling me. 所以我需要眼睛。那我们就看影片。看影片的时候呢，我们再停下来学就好了。Okay, I would like to stop sharing and then share about others. Please wait for 1 minute. Okay. Winner, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you hear that?
Time in her career when she wants.
Yes.
Can you? great， 好，那我就觉得比较常用的时候我就停下来。So let's get started.
Wants to take all the money for her project. Maybe it's a school or a training program. Pack it in a suitcase, get on a plane flying over the poorest villages in the country, and start throwing that money out the window. Because to a veteran aid worker,
veteran aid worker 就是 veteran 就是老手，很有经验的 experienced， aid 就是帮忙的、救济的 worker 工作者，所以呢，他是一个很有经验的，然后呢救济的工作者，他都在帮助别人的工作者。因为对一个这有经验的救难工作者来说，救济工作者来说
the idea of putting cold, hard cash
然后呢，把那个硬硬的、冷冷的现金呢
into the hands of the poorest people on earth
放在最穷的人们呢的手上呢
doesn't sound crazy. It sounds really satisfying.
他觉得非常有成就感。好。
I had that moment right about the 10-year mark. And luckily, that's also when I learned that this idea actually exists.
觉得这个图呢，就是在显示他真的是把 money 这样下降给最穷的人的那种观念。
And it might be just what the aid system needs.
Aid system 就是他们的救难系统、救济系统。Economist 呢，就是经济学家。Unconditional 没有条件的cash transfer。cash transfer 可以说是现金的转移，或是现金的转账。然后呢，所以这个叫做没有条件的。有条件就是说，我欠你钱，所以我才 transfer money 给你。无条件的就是我就是想要捐助。
Economists call it an unconditional cash transfer, and it's exactly that. It's cash given with no strings attached. Governments in developing countries have been doing this for decades.
Decades 呢，就是10年，已经做了好几十年，叫 4 decades.
And it's only now, with more evidence and new technology, that it's possible to make this a model for delivering aid. It's a pretty simple idea, right? Well, why did I spend a decade doing other stuff for the poor?
为什么我要花10年来做这些事情呢？
Honestly, I believed that I could do more good with money for the poor than the poor could do for themselves. I held two assumptions. One, that poor people are poor in part because they're uneducated and don't make good choices.
Don't make a good choices 就是他们根本就不会做决定。So,
Two is that we then need people like me to figure out what they need and get it to them. It turns out the evidence says otherwise.
Otherwise 就是不是这样，相反的。那个证据呢 ，evidence 呢，其实是相反的，并不是我帮他们设想。
In recent years, researchers have been studying what happens when we give poor people.
所以呢，研究者就会呢研究说，当你给 poor people cash 的时候会怎么样呢 ？What happens?
Cash. Dozens of studies show across the board that people use cash transfers to improve their own lives.
他们都会用来呢改进他们的生活。
Pregnant women in Uruguay buy better food and give birth to healthier babies. Sri Lankan men invest in their businesses. Researchers who studied our work in Kenya found that people invested in a range of assets.
Assets 就是呢财产 ，invested 投资
That's from livestock to equipment.
从牲畜 livestock。Equipment 或是设备 ，home improvements，improve 是增进 ，home improvements 呢就是让家更舒适的器具，譬如说买电扇啊，或是买家具啊，就是让生活更好的，我们都可以说是 home improvements。
To home improvements. And they saw increases in income from business and farming. 1 year after the cash was sent. None of these studies found that people spend more on drinking or smoking or that people work less. In fact, they work more. Now, these are all material needs.
所以这些都是物质上的需求 ，material needs， 物质上的需求 ，material needs。
In Vietnam, elderly recipients
recipient 就是接受者，好，比较年长的受惠者 recipients
used their cash transfers to pay for coffins.
coffins 棺木。
As someone who wonders if Maslow got it wrong.
Hey, do you know Maslow? Winner, do you know Maslow? 马斯洛理论。
Yes, I heard it.
Okay, do you know what kind of needs is the basic one?
The food. Maslow is a person. He say people they have the basic need. In the first level, you need to feed yourself. The hungry or the breathe, the everything, the water. That's the things to can satisfy your life. There is a level 1.
Yeah.
If you are not hungry, you can think in the other things, but you are still working on fighting the food. You cannot do anything.
That's true. So how about second level? Do you know? Security.
Yes,
security. You want to be
security.
safe. So after
Yes.
you can feed yourself and then you have water, you will think about, I want to be safe. For example, some people feel like they are not safe in their country, so they try to immigrate. 他们就会开始移民，对不对？
Yes.
所以 security. And the top level is achievement of yourself. 自我实现，就是比较高的 level. Thank you, Winner. Let's continue.
I find this choice to prioritize spiritual needs deeply humbling. I don't know if I would have chosen to give food or equipment or coffins, which begs the question, how good are we at allocating resources on behalf of the poor?
On behalf of 代表，我们可以代表那些穷人吗？
Are we worth the cost? Again, we can look at empirical evidence on what happens when we give people stuff of our choosing. One very telling study looked at a program in India that gives livestock to the so-called ultra-poor, and they found that 30% of recipients had turned around and sold the livestock they'd been given for cash. The real irony is, for every $100 worth of assets this program gave someone, they spent another $99 to do it. What if instead we use technology to put cash, whether from aid agencies or from any one of us, directly into a poor person's hands? Today, 3 in 4 Kenyans use mobile money, which is basically a bank account that can run on any cell phone. A sender can pay a 1.6% fee and, with the click of a button, send money directly to a recipient's account with no intermediaries. Like the technologies that are disrupting industries in our own lives, payments technology in poor countries could disrupt aid. It's spreading so quickly that it's possible to imagine reaching billions of the world's poor this way. That's what we've started to do at Give Directly. We're the first organization dedicated to providing cash transfers to the poor. We've sent cash to 35,000 people across rural Kenya and Uganda in one-time payments of $1,000 per family. So far, we've looked for the poorest people in the poorest villages, and in this part of the world, they're the ones living in homes made of mud and thatch, not cement and iron. So let's say that's your family. We show up at your door with an Android phone. We'll get your name, take your photo and a photo of your hut, and grab the GPS coordinates. That night, we send all the data to the cloud, and each piece gets checked by an independent team using, for one example, satellite images. Then we'll come back, we'll sell you a basic cell phone if you don't have one already, and a few weeks later, we send money to it. Something that 5 years ago would have seemed impossible, we can now do efficiently and free of corruption. The more cash we give to the poor and the more evidence we have that it works, the more we have to reconsider everything else we give. Today, the logic behind aid is too often, will we do at least some good? When we're complacent with that as our bar, when we tell ourselves that giving aid is better than no aid at all, we tend to invest inefficiently in our own ideas that strike us as innovative, on writing reports, on plane tickets and SUVs. What if the logic was, will we do better than cash given directly? Organizations would have to prove that they're doing more good for the poor than the poor can do for themselves. Of course, giving cash won't create public goods like eradicating disease or building strong institutions, but it could set a higher bar for how we help individual families improve their lives. I believe in aid. I believe most aid is better than just throwing money out of a plane. I am also absolutely certain that a lot of aid today isn't better than giving directly to the poor. I hope that one day it will be. Thank you.
Okay, so Winner, can you see the 3 questions now?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't really share successfully. Wait for me, please. Yes, right now. Right?
Yes, it's working now.
Thank you very much. So now you have 2 choices. You can choose these 3 questions, or you can choose TED and talk about your opinions. Please organize. Everyone can just talk 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. So it's not very difficult. And remember, I would like to tell you, your English is good enough to talk about opinion for 2 minutes. So everyone, don't be shy and try to share your opinions with the class. I really enjoy sharing. So see you in 3 minutes. Winner, see you in 3 minutes.
See you.
请记住哦, don't be shy. Try to be brave and try to express what you think. So your job is try to share how you feel. That's it. So relax, please. And then I would like to start with Peter. Peter,
Yes.
are you there? Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Would you please share something with me?
Okay, I want to choose these 3 questions. First one, after learning skill in this class, what's the most impressive thing I can remember? But first, I want this book. This book is such a good resource for learning. Also, Christine's teach and assistant help was helpful.
Thank you. That's
Thank you.
sweet.
And
Great.
number 2, what I've learned in these 14 weeks. Speaking, read skill, also enhancing. Also, students' knowledge sharing made me learn a lot.
That's true. I think so. I learned a lot too.
And number 3, what else I want to learn in English class in the future? I want to learn some free talk and the sentence construction. I think it's true.
Great.
Yeah.
So free talk and structure, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about what kind of free talk? Like, can you make some example? We can have free talk for 1 minute. Such as what?
Oh. No.
Like, hi Peter, what do you do in the weekend? Or you are talking about daily life, or you are talking about interculture? cultural thing or daily life or business? Which kind are you
I
interested?
think daily life much easier for me.
Daily life.
Yes.
Great. So, I was kind of worried about daily life conversation is a little boring for students, but you don't think so, right?
Yes, every day it's a different day, so I think yeah, so maybe if
Great.
the last class we have a video about nature, right? An old man talk about
Yes.
the
The
day
nature.
as the last day you will spend very well. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Peter. You are talking about a kind of philosophy, 很像哲理. So every day is different. So
Yeah.
daily life conversation can be very different every day too.
Yeah.
That's true. I like a free talk very much. When I study in other countries, I like to just talk freely with my friends, anything I think about. Thank you, Peter. Hope see you again.
Okay, thank you.
And Peter also mentioned about resource for this class. 我觉得这本书真的不错，它是有精选过的，然后它的议题都是蛮有意义的。经过这些议题之后，我们再来有 conversation. Also, Peter mentioned about the knowledge sharing. 每一个人的厉害的地方不一样，然后专业领域不一样，然后每一个人意见也不一样，所以 knowledge sharing is very important thing to learn in English class. So, my English class is different from those English class who just read a textbook, 然后请跟念第一课，我就绝对上不下去，我没有办法上这种课。So every time I would like to spend time with my friends with different topics. 所以呢，我们下一次9月的时候，我们的书就会换另外一本。什么书呢？敬请期待。Thank you. And this one is Ben. I hope you can talk today, Ben.
Evening, Christine.
Hey, Ben. Can you be louder, please?
Okay, wait me a second.
Can I hear you actually? 我听不到，大声一点点。
How about now?
Louder, please. 再大声一点。
It's missed.
Okay, please talk. Which one would you like to talk?
I want to talk one.
Okay, please.
Learning English in this class, I can remember, don't be scared to speak English. I need protection speaking, and don't be fear to speaking. And it must thank you, Christine, and my classmates always help me. Thank you, all guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ben. So I hope to see you again. Max, please.
Okay. I want to reply the 3 questions. Yeah, and the first one, I learned many much in the class about the WAIC and pronounce each symbol clear because Kristen always remind us remind us both of the item and in each case. So every time I always remind me, and we need to follow this rule to analyze the each article. Yeah, that's the first one. And the second, what have I learned in the this 14 weeks? And for during this time, I learned about I learned a lot of the vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Yeah. Because I never learn much lab. So during this time, I learned very the vocabulary a lot. Yes, thank
The
you.
most vocabulary in your life， 这辈子学最多的。
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I always
That's
check
what I
my
did.
dictionary.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
And third is I think I agree with Peter the opinion because the free talking is very important first, and I also like this class because we also can express our opinion in the class, and so sometimes if Christine can open some opportunity for us, maybe we can. That it will be great because sometimes maybe we have some opinion, but the Christian or only the dedicated each man, so other people can speak more that.
Sure. I will spend more time with other people.
Yeah, because I think many people like to learn English, and he maybe can practice his speaking, and sometimes Christine can help us to correct our some maybe have some wrong. Yeah.
Yes, sure. I would love to. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
So and the last one, if Christine can have some office communication in a case, I think it will be very better for us. Yeah.
Oh, say that again, please. What did you say?
Office communication.
Office
that
communication.
Yeah,
Oh, communication.
class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually opened the class before. 我有就是商用英文。你是说商用英文？
Yeah.
职场英文。
Yeah.
Yes, I actually have that. So hope I can open the class again.
Okay,
Thank you, Max. I like your style. You always remember what is the most important thing you want to talk. So you are very organized. 你很有系统，分析能力很强。Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you. And 婉珍。
Hello, could you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you, 婉珍。
Thank you. I could like to share the video, the
Yes,
TED video.
please.
And when I watch the video, I think we are so lucky to be a Taiwanese. We don't need to get a donut, and we can choose our lifestyle. For example, we can choose to learn the English in here now. We can update our brain, and I love the TED video. It opened my mind, and we are so lucky. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you so much, Martin. So hope see you again. Rita.
Yes. Hi, Christine.
Hi.
I'd like to answer 3 questions.
Yes, please.
The most impressive to me is the online class. Yes.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from my classmates' presentation, like the movies, books, and the tricks. And what I want to learn more is to have more presentation chance in front of public or classmates.
That's true.
Yeah, that's all.
And would you like to answer second one?
Oh, answer 3.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really enjoy talking to you every time, especially we have experience in Australia, so we can have a lot of conversation if we can have the chance to see each other. I believe that. Thank you. Anne and Sylvia.
Hello, Christine.
Hi, Anne.
I share experience. Thanks, Christine. This class is so difficult to me.
Really, it's difficult, but
Yeah.
you're doing well.
I try to work hard.
You try very hard. I believe that. I understand.
Every class is a challenge to me.
But you are doing well. Sylvia, I suggest you can choose another class. 下学期你就选星期二的。星期二的同学就是从听说读写重新学习，然后星期四的 class 呢比较注重口说，所以听说读写就没有教那么慢。所以星期四的课呢是教比较快的，星期二的课是教比较慢的。So I hope you can choose Tuesday next time. That will be different. 就是教科书都不一样，所以你不会觉得很难。OK。
星期二是因为报不到。
对，这次可以了。我觉得应该你们这次都知道，就是按下去，赶快按下去就可以了。好，谢谢 ，Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Silva. Thank you, Em. So now is 新宇吗？新宇。
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. 好。
Hi, Christina. Hi, everyone. I would like to give the today's TED feedback.
Please.
I think I'm quite surprised about she shared the unconditional cash transfer. It's one kind of donation with the technology, because it provide the money directly with no string attached and through the cell phone.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm very touched. Unconditional, 无条件的爱，无条件的。
Yes.
Usually we have unconditional love for our family, for our parents, our children, but not for strangers. Yeah, I'm very, very surprised about that too. That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia. Hope you learned something this semester. See you.
See you. Thank you.
I will miss your cats too.
Thank you.
So sometimes we can share photos of cats to each other, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Richard and Annie.
This is Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Yes. The most impressed for me is that the way of speaking when Christine teach us when we learn, when we read or listen something, then we can use the WAIC, WAIC way to repeat the main idea of about what are we reading. And what I have done in these weeks, that is it's my first time to pass to the computer and talk. I mean, most of the online class in my experience, it's something about doing some of the handicap stuff. It's the first time that I have to talk online. So it's also surprised myself.
You surprise yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
The third question that what else I want to learn in English, I think it doesn't matter free talk or expression.
Express. Yeah.
Or office communications. I think the best idea for me is to train my logical idea. My logical idea, how to present it, how to report it step by step, in very good organized. Yes, that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. I think your pronunciation is very beautiful. I really enjoy talking to you. And speaking of logical idea, is that something we want to learn every day, actually, in the future too. 每一个人呢，讲话要合逻辑，口条要清晰。我觉得不是英文，中文也是有人口条不清晰的。所以呢，说到 logical idea 呢，就是我常常会训练学生，我训练我的学生叫 higher order thinking，翻成中文叫做高阶思维。我就训练我学生要有高阶思维。怎么高阶思维呢？就是说，我们来提到 wake 好了。wake 就是为什么你要讨论这个主题？你要稍微解释一下。A 呢，你要分析一下你的主要的内容是什么。I 我们要综合一下说，我们讨论到这个新闻，在世界各地有没有同样的情形，或是古今中外？然后 C 呢，最后就是 create new knowledge 啊。那你谈了这些之后，你自己有没有什么省思？所以这些都要合逻辑的。如果呢，每一个同学他在讲一个演讲的时候，他都可以这样子啊，为什么我要讲这个主题呢？它的重要性是什么？它对我的意义是什么？然后呢，大概的内容是什么样？我们把由简入繁，由繁入简，就是故事是很长啊，可是我们只有3分钟，我们如何分析？然后呢，这个情况有没有别人也发生过呢？哈，integrate。然后 C 就是我经过我这样讲故事的时候，我自己有一个省思，所以我觉得大家能够呢，除了练习英文之外，也能够练习逻辑。Thank you, Annie， 讲得好棒，都是我想要讲的，太好了，谢谢。好，Richard， 如果你可以的话，你就上来。我知道你网络不太稳，那如果可以，你就随时上来，没关系，可以插队。然后我们要请 Ken 还有 Trisha。Ken 和 Trisha。
嘿，
嘿，
先第一题嘛。
好，可以哦。
Impressive 还是
印象深刻？你可以记得什么事吗
？One classmate he from 台中。Is the most impressive thing is that someone came to class from 台中。This is something.
Ben, I think that's Ben
啊？
叫 Ben
什么？
应该是吗？
是 Ken 是我吗？
是 Ken 还是 Ben？
我是 Ken。
没有，我是说那一个台中的 classmate 是不是？
我不记他名字。
对，他的名字叫 Ben 啊，我帮你写了。我不在说你，我在说他叫 Ben。他叫 Ben， 对。对，我也印象很深刻。那一天好像是星期五，然后应该是连假，然后他竟然来上课，我真的是感动到不行。我觉得 Ben 呢真的很好学，让我觉得非常感动，而且他跟老师互动也很好。谢谢重视 Ken 你有没有学到东西呀？
有，但还是有，但就学的比较慢。
没关系 ，Ken， 你下次就报名星期2的哦，哈。星期2的我会讲比较慢，我会讲比较慢一点。
我觉得好，谢谢。
好，但是大家都会还是都有学到啦，谢谢 Ken。好 ，Trisha So。
At first, I would like to express my thanks to teacher Christine for your patience and encouragement during this hard time. There are many uncontrolling situations during this course. However, I never saw you losing your temper and always make a speech more.
You are so sweet. You are so sweet. 真想太感动了吧？你都知道我心中在想什么。
I just want to express my thanks to teacher.
Thank you, Trisha.
I think the most impressive thing is that is the method of taking this course, because we are forced to take the course online, and this is my first time in my life to take course take online course, and
you are doing well.
And I am a housemate, you know, 宅女. So I found that this kind of learning method is very suitable for me.
Yes, I think so. I am 宅女 too. I think it's very proper to learn online, so you can save a lot of time and have a lot of connection. That's true. Thank you.
Thank you.
What else do you want to learn in the future? Do you want to learn something else?
I just I like the method your teacher, because it makes us practice my speech more than other course.
Great. So you choose class on Thursday. 所以你要选星期四的课哦，哈。星期四的课会口说比较加强。Thank you, Sue. Please. Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Sue. Hey.
What is the most impressive I can remember?
Yeah.
When Christine let us make 3 sentences, I only can make 3 or less. But most of students always made an article. They are so excellent. The most impressive thing I can remember.
Thank you, Sue. That's very interesting. Yeah. I just asked you to make 3 sentences, but most of the classmates will just tell me a story. That's really awesome.
So should I go to the Monday, Tuesday class?
Depends on you. For me, both are good for you. 你的程度，我觉得2个都适合。只要你星期二的课，你不会觉得说听说读写都要学，你觉得有一点点比较无聊。然后星期四的课呢，它的题材比较丰富，但是步调比较快，所以喜欢慢慢的人就到星期二。星期二就是听说读写都慢慢来。然后喜欢快步调的，着重在 conversation， 想要非常有讲话非常流利的人，要着重在星期四。所以你回去想一想，不用今天决定，你想一想，我觉得你2个都很适合，看你的心情，你的心情想要干嘛？你的心情可能是我要慢慢的，或是你的心情我想要讲的比较流利，所以你2个都很适合。好，但是教科书都不一样，所以对你来说应该都还好。
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Sue.